Hello guys, I decided to make a quick little video to keep you up to date with my thoughts about the Gishki Atlantean deck, especially after the banning of Elf. This was quite a big hit for the deck, but I honestly believe that after labbing the deck for a couple of days, the deck still holds up and can still make some devastating boards. The deck list has obviously slightly changed, and I'll show it to you near the end of the video to add a bit more context on said changes. I've also tested the Mermaid Atlantean variant as well, but if you add the Nimble engine, Diva is insane, but there are so many bricks and the deck is really inconsistent, and if you don't, Diva is mediocre at best. Whereas this deck is extremely consistent still, and although it did lose a small amount of consistency due to the banning of Elf, because the combos were a bit more versatile because of it, and it is also insanely versatile thanks to Nere Manas. So first of all, I'd like to show you some very important combos I've thought of. So, first of all, we have the one card Diva combo. The one card Diva combo was actually insane before the banning of Elf, but this is what we get now. We can normal summon our Diva, get Nebdabis as usual, drop Dragoons, get Dragoons, add a Gishki, use Goyo Defenders to make a Hashima, instantly get our Bahamut Shark Toad, get the other Gishki from the deck, use its effect, get Nere Manas, use Shadow's effect as well, get an Aqua Mirror, and here I got Aqua Mirror because I'm going to link off the Toad for Sprint, and Toad can bring back to my hand either Vision or Shadow for the tribute of Nere Manas. But I'll get Vision so that I can discard it as well, get another Nere Manas, and then get Nere Manas back to my hand and shuffle the Aqua Mirror back into the deck. So I'll use both of these effects, and Sprint will drop a Gishki Green to the grave because we are going to revive it with Nere Manas. Vision is going to use its effect, we'll use Aqua Mirror, special summon Nere Manas. Nere Manas targets Grim from the grave, revives it, Grim's effect, we get Abyss, Abyss effect, we get Shadow, we get Nere Manas back to our hand for Aqua Mirror, discard Shadow to get Aqua Mirror back. We make the Gigantic and Anemone so that she can revive the Swap Frog from Gigantic is going to drop to the grave. You'll see what I mean if you don't know. We are going to tribute Nere Manas to special summon Nere Manas and then revive Nere Manas, and then we are going to make a full Toad, which is very important to know that this Toad is also able to be revived by Nere Manas during the duel because it's properly summoned, whereas the Bahamut one cannot be. So this is not obviously as powerful as it was with the Elf, but I think this could suffice. Having two very strong bodies and monster negates and an Omni negate just from one card is actually insane. The thing is that if Diva also has, if you have, I mean, a Diva and another Gishki in hand, this can be a billion times better. So let's see what I mean. So for this combo we are going to use Dipsy Diva, and we could either have Shadow or Vision or whatever in our hand. Even Grim could work, I'll show you how, but yeah, let's see the combo. We get the Diva, some Neptabis, get Dragoons, add with Dragoons Vision, we make a Hashima, and we are going to make Bahamut detach to get Toad, and then Dragoons is going to bring us Moulin Glacier. So the thing is that if you have Diva and another Gishki in the hand, that means you can skip the one add with Dragoons and get your Moulin Glacier actually. which is very good, of course. We're going to drop these, make the water count 5, discard 2 from our opponent's hand, link Mulling Glacier for Anemone. You don't have to do that, but it makes the board a bit better. We're going to revive Ritual Summon, Mary Manas, Special Summon level 2, and make a second Toad. So we discarded 2 cards from our opponent's hand, and we also got a double Toad plus an Array Manas. So they have technically 1 card to play with right now. And we also, when we discarded their cards, we also had a Toad on the field to negate said card if it did trigger from being discarded. So let's see another combo. So for this combo we have Diva and Gishki Green. We are going to do the usual, but instead of a Hashima we are going to make a Beastkeeper to special summon the Green from our hand. And yeah, the usual here. Yes, we get Shadow, we summon a Beastkeeper, special summon Green, special summon Abyss, Abyss gets us another search, we make a Hashima because we have 2 level 2s, we make a Bahamut Shark, we get our Toad, we get a Mulling Glacier search, we have 5 engrave, send 2, make Anemone, Nere Manas, and yeah, here what I did was I'm obviously going to summon a Swap Frog from the deck and revive it with Anemone, but now that I put Diva here I cannot revive it, of course, but I'm going to use Swap Frog's effect to bounce it back to my hand. So I decided to grab a card that I would like to have in my hand for the next turn. So that's why I summoned the Diva here. And as you can see, we'll summon the Swap Frog, send another Swap Frog from the deck to the grave, and bounce Diva back to our hand. So we could have a follow-up or something. Which is, as you can see, this is the exact same board as the last one. And there's another version of this combo I really like, which is exactly the same, but the only difference is that we won't search Nere Manas, we are going to search Gust Kraken. So yeah, this is exactly the same. We get Vision, Hashima, make Bahamut and Toad. We get Mulling Glacier. And now we are going to discard Shadow to get Photo Mirror and Vision for Gust Kraken, as I said. And we are going to loop 1 more card from our opponent's hand, so they have 2 cards in hand now and 1 more the card they draw. And we have double Toad, so they have 3 cards in their hand and we have 2 Omni Negates. The thing is that we also know one of those cards because of Gust Kraken, and that could actually provide some really important knowledge on that would help you actually negate the proper cards so that you won't get baited. And yeah, I really like this combo as well. So as you can see, the boards are still pretty top notch. For this combo I'm going to show you the newest addition of my deck, and that is Substitute, which is very weird, I know, but I'll show you why. So here I'm going to summon the Diva, special summon Neptabis, and now I'm going to search for either Shadow or Vision, doesn't really matter. So here I'm going to discard 1 of the waters in my hand to special summon Swap Frog because I want here to send the Substitute to the grave as soon as possible, and I want to have Neptabis on the field to abuse Substitute's effect. So I discarded a Shadow or Dragoons because it doesn't really matter, I mean, whichever one you are going to discard, because either way they are going to be an Exist material for Bahamut because of a Hashima. So here I send Substitute to the grave And the Hashima is going to make me a Bahamut Shark to special summon totally. So also I wanted to mention that if you do have another water in hand, you obviously don't have to discard your shadow, and maybe you could also go for a Mulling Glacier play. So here I'm going to search for a vision, and then I'm going to link off Bahamut and Toad for Anemone. It doesn't really matter actually if it's Anemone or not, but yeah. I'm going to use Toad's effect to grab back my shadow, and now I'm going to get my Nere Manas, which can revive my substitute without waterlocking me. And I'm going to tribute Neptabees, get a Swap Frog, and Neptabees effect activates because it was sent to activate a Water Monster's effect. Do that again for Shadow. For Shadow, sorry, I meant for Dragoons. We get the search from the Dragoons. We get a full Toad. We are going to link it off again to kind of abuse its recursion effect. We are going to send Grim to the grave and add Vision back to our hand. We are going to get Aqua Mirror and another Nere Manas. And here we will make Nere Manas to revive the Grim. Special summon Shadow, Abyss to grab Shadow. And we are going to get back our, after making Gigantic, we are going to get back Nere Manas from the grave with Aqua Mirror. We are going to discard Aqua Mirror, Shadow again to get Aqua Mirror, sorry, it's a bit exhausting. And we are going to summon Nere Manas, special summon the Substitute, and now we are going to link these three off for a 3 counter, I guess, Appaloosa. So we have 5 monster negates and totally awesome. And as I said, if you did have another water in hand, you could go for a Mulling Glacier play or whatever, yeah. So, the substitute isn't really necessary, but I really like some of the possibilities. It could also easily make you a double Toad with a full hand, of course. So, let me show you the deck list now. I have 2 deck lists to show you. This is the main going first, I guess, version. It runs the Atlanteans. You could add a second infantry. I'm just trying to keep it at 40, and I kind of wanted to remove it. The triple Diva, double Minstrel, double Abyss, Shadows, Visions. Swap Frog is the 2 Swap Frogs are absolutely necessary. The other one is just here to pair it with a Substitute, and yeah, I think it's not really important. I just really like it, and it makes some extremely fun combos. So you can just remove it and maybe replace it with another infantry and what else? Maybe some imperms or something. Yeah, I don't know. Mulling Glacier is great. Gas Kraken, yeah. We have 2 triple tactics and the 1 cold buy, and our searchers and ritual spells. The extra deck is these 2. Baron the Floor is it doesn't come up as often, but it can come up, so I have it here. Dragite is a bit easier because of Gas Kraken. Go your defenders for the obvious combos. I run 3 Totalies because during the duels you are going to revive so many Swap Frogs and Toads, and we also link them off, as you saw with the swap combo, so often to just get things back to our hand, and I kind of wanted it. I removed Dweller because tiers are not going to be that prevalent right now, and going first, are you ever, if you don't know what your opponent is playing, are you ever making Dweller first? I don't know, so I'll have him in the side deck for now. And yeah, these are the usual. I also love Zilantis and Anemone for the not waterlog, because if you don't know, I think I've mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. If you use Anemone's effect, you are locked into waters, and if you use Zealantis' effect afterwards to banish everything on the field and special summon it back, that means that your opponent's non-water monsters are not going to be brought back as well because you are special summoning the monsters. So that could be a board breaker, and that is also very easy to achieve going second or throughout the duel, of course, because you can just at the, let's say, the grind game, if you make Nere Manas and you special summon a Grim from the grave, you get Abyss, you get a search, you'll make Anemone, special summon something from the grave, you not something, Abyss from the grave, get another search, so you can link Anemone, Nere Manas and the Abyss to make Zealantis, use its effect, banish everything, special summon Zealantis, and then if you got Photo Mirror and Nere Manas, or maybe Aqua Mirror and something else you have, you can just special summon Nere Manas and its effect will revive the second Nere Manas, and that's 850 on its own. But I also kind of want to have this in the main. I have it in the side deck, but it has come up several times that I was like, oh my god, I don't have Gustav Max to end you, because you can get the two Nere Manases so easily on board. But yeah, and this is my going second deck, which is more focused into OTKing your opponent. You have the two ice mirrors because photo mirror isn't as useful going second. This pays less life points and tributes an opponent's monster as well. And the lightning storms were super polished, but now with Castiras, Sword Soul, Despias and everything, they are not going to be that important. So this could be anything you want, any board breaker, Book of Eclipses or whatever. And the main thing here is that you can extremely easily OTK with this deck, and I'll show you an example and I'll say goodbye after that. So let me show you. Yeah, so let's see this example. Obviously the opponent is not playing any competitive deck right here, so yeah, I just wanted to show you that even though I drew no going second cards, we can still do a ton here. We'll use Minstrel to just get a search for Shadow, because I know they have Harbinger, which is a spell trap negate. I want to use Necro Mirror, but if they negate the Necro Mirror, I want to have other options, so I can get another Necro Mirror with Focalization, or with Grim summoning Abyss getting another Shadow. But yeah, I want to be versatile in that sense. So I'll get my Zeal Gigas there, normal summon Grim to bait an interaction, but they just summon this, it's yeah. I'll get another Shadow to discard to get Necro Mirror, and then use Necro Mirror to bait the negate, of course. They are going to negate it, and then I'll get another Necro Mirror because Necro Mirror is not once per turn. I'll tribute the Hope Harbinger to get my Necro Mirror to the grave as well, because I wanted to get their divination effect of Necro Mirror. I summoned Zeal Gigas, and now Zeal Gigas' effect is that you can pay 1000 life points, draw a card, and if it is a Gishki monster, you shuffle a card from the field into the deck. And and it is kind of like Tiramisu in the way that it doesn't target. So you are going to say that is so luck based, whatever. The thing is that it is not luck based, because Ice Mirror can stack your top card. So we are going to stack Shadow on the top and use its effect to get it and shuffle his untargetable card to the deck. We are going to now get Nere Manas and Aqua Mirror, tribute Zeal Gigas, special summon our Nere Manas, and Nere Manas will revive our Zeal Gigas. Necro Mirror is not once per turn as well, so we are going to stack it again, draw another card, shuffle the other one back. We're going to make Anemone, and here they scoop, And here, what we would do would be we would get Neri Manas back to our hand, discard Shadow, get another Aqua Mirror, and then tribute Zeal Gigas to summon Neri Manas and revive Zeal Gigas back to the field. And we could also even make a Zealantis to clear the board if they had more, and OTK then. And even if we attacked with Zeal Gigas and Neri Manas only, we could just, that would be 6.2k, so we could just overlay to Gustav Max afterwards and inflict 2000 and win the game. So thanks for watching. These are my ideas. I think the deck is going to be quite good still, and yeah, you don't have to run Swap Frog, but yeah, thank you, bye.